What's up, YouTube? You know who it is. John Simmons representing Crown Entertainment here in Cabot, Arkansas now. So, quick update today. It's a beautiful day outside, as we can all see. Beautiful day. So I'm going to be working in my trailer today. I did a video a couple months back showing you guys my truck and my trailer. So I'm going to give you an update on my trailer. As you, I'll put a video up if I can, but I have my truss hanging from the ceiling, and it's caused some scratches, and you know, it's causing my trailer to get jacked up a little bit on the inside. So I'm actually going to be making some custom mounts. Well, custom mounts. It's a lot simpler than what it sounds. But I'm going to be making some mounts so I can put the truss on the side of the wall instead of hanging from the ceiling, so it can't swing and bang on the side of the trailer and scratch the truss up and everything else. So it's just a good way to store your truss. Got this idea from another friend of mine. I'm actually going to be putting it on video, so maybe this will help you guys out if you have a trailer, or even you can do this at home as well. So if you're storing truss at home, this will be the same concept, just instead of on a trailer wall, it'll be on your wall at home. All right, so I'm going to give you a rundown of all the products and supplies we're going to be using today. Starting off, you need a couple sections of 2x4 lumber. I've cut this into 8-foot blocks. This is what we're going to secure our hanging points onto. For hanging, we're going to be using these bicycle brackets. You can put them in the roof of your garage or whatever and hang your bike from. We're actually going to be putting the wood on the wall, and then from there we're going to be mounting the hook into there so you can hang the truss on. You need a level to make sure you've got everything leveled off and set up right. We're going to be securing the wood along with wood screws with some F26 contractor grade adhesive. We're going to stick this onto the wood and then screw it in as well. You're also going to need a caulking gun if you don't have one of those. Tape measure, drill. You're also going to need some of these self-tapping screws. This is for attaching lumber to metal. I've got 2 3/4 inches, so you can go through the 2x4 and also into the actual brackets inside the trailer, the trailer frame. So also gloves, you know, safety first, that type of thing. We work with our hands, so we don't want to jack our hands up. But who cares about gloves? I live on the wild side. So let's get in the trailer. All right, so as y'all can see up there, that's how I've got my trailer or my trussing attached right now. If you can see, I've got it attached by these big carabiners, but man, look at all that scratching and pitting it's done to my truss. And this stuff, I mean, it's not the most expensive stuff, but it ain't cheap either, and it has just scratched the fire out of my truss. Also, I bought this trailer new at the beginning of last year. Look how much banging it's done to that wood right there. So it broke my light up there. It's not a very good way of hanging your truss. It's just not a good way of hanging your truss. And this way, I don't recommend it. As you can see, it's done some damage to my truss, done some damage to my trailer. It's just not worth it. This way should work a lot better. You're gonna actually attach it to the wall. It's not gonna be able to bang around and jack stuff up. So yeah, so let's get started on this. It shouldn't take long. I've put it back about an hour or so to get this done. I don't even think it's gonna take that long, but I'll show you all the steps. Let's go. All right, so the first thing you want to do is you want to measure your trussing from beginning to end. As you can see, I've got mine set up back here. I'm going to go ahead and measure it and transfer those measurements to the inside of the trailer. All right, we'll start down there and we'll come down here. Looks like we're 79 inches. I like to keep my my smallest base plate on, so from start to end we've got 79 inches. All right, so we're going to transfer that measurement to the inside of the trailer. I'm back in the trailer now. You want to measure it do the same thing. Make sure you have enough space to clear. As you can see up here, I've got a door, and then back here we've got another door. We've actually got the drop down door, so you don't want to have your truss hanging off the ass end or the front of your trailer where you're blocking stuff. You want to get in, get out, make it easy. So take that 79 inches and mark start to finish, making sure you have clearance of both doors. So the next thing you want to do is you want to find out where your start and end points are going to be, but you've got to make sure that you're going to be able to tie in to this metal cross frame right there. If you put it in just this wood right here, you can hear behind it, it's pretty much just nothing. There's nothing behind here. So if you hit a big bump, that truss is gonna fall and it's gonna rip a big hole in the wood that you've got here. So the easiest way to find out where those are, you can see it up here at the top, and if you just follow that down, you can see these holes that these guys have already drilled factory in there to hold this wood up. So that's going to be the easiest way to find your mounting point for where you want to screw your 2x4 into your metal cross frame. And you need two sides. So this is the back, and we're going to do another one up here at the front. So there's the back, and we're probably going to use these holes up here. We're going to take access. You see where the metal cross frame is. We're going to come down here, and we're probably going to, looks like there was a screw right there at one point in time. We're going to utilize that as our pilot. All right, turns out the pilot holes that were pre-existing in the trailer that mounts the wood to the metal frame, this wood backing back here that you can see, that's going to be a little too low for what I want to do. So we're going to go ahead and drill new holes higher up. That way we can get the truss as high in the air as possible. That way when we're unloading or loading the stuff below it, it's not in our way and we're not bumping our heads into it. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, as you can see, I've got my first post mounted. I ended up taking this top piece of trim off, that way I can go all the way up to this cross member right here. Gives a little bit more rigidity, that way it can't move side to side. So I've got this one done. I've got 3 more to go. These aren't completely tightened down yet. I've just got my pilot holes drilled. I'm gonna take these back off and put some of that F26 contractor grade adhesive on there. That way it's not coming off ever again, period. It shouldn't. That stuff holds like, I want to say like 2,500 pounds per square foot or something like that. It's crazy. So once I get my other 3 done, I'll show you where we're at from there. All right, now that we've got our all of our 4 wood blocks up and drilled into the metal frame, we are going to undo them and put some F26 adhesive on the back of them, and then we're going to put them right back on. All right, there's my block of wood, and I've got my F26 in this tube here. I'm just going to spread it pretty generously on that actual block of wood. Spread around with the tip a little bit. I've got a whole tube of this stuff, and I've got it just for this one project, so I'm going to use quite a bit. More is always better. Then I'm gonna take this dude and put it right back where I got it. And it's gonna ooze out from the sides a little bit. You can take a wet rag and clean that up if you want to. I don't really care. Nobody's gonna see it, so that's all good with me. But if you want to, you can take a wet rag and ooze that up or clean that up, or you can take your wet finger and wipe it down so it's a little bit cleaner. Now that that's done, I'm gonna let that wait and dry. I'm gonna give it about 15 minutes because I just put a little bit on my finger just a little bit ago and it's already rock hard. So I'm gonna wait about 15 minutes before I actually put my bicycle hooks in. So we're gonna give it a second, then we'll do that. All right, now that F26 has had plenty enough time to dry, we're gonna go ahead and put our bicycle hooks in. We wanna go ahead and pre-drill a hole because these things are a little tough to get started. This is a 3/8 drill bit. With the bicycle hook. I'm not sure what size this is, but 3/8 seems to work pretty good. So we're going to drill the pilot and then we're going to place our hooks. But before you do that, be sure to measure down. That way when your truss is actually sitting on there, it's sitting level. You don't want to have any weird kind of settings of how you got it set. You want to get it try to get it as level as possible. So be sure to measure from top to bottom and put your bicycle hook right in the middle in the same spot on your piece of wood. All right, the camera's a little shaky. I'm actually inside the trailer right now with my tripod. So as I was saying in the last clip, you want to measure from top to bottom on this piece of wood. I know that this wood is exactly 8 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bicycle hook. It's got a pointy end on the end of it. Just stick it right there at that 4-inch mark. And that'll let you know where your pre-drill hole needs to be. We'll pre-drill the hole, then we'll set the bicycle hook. All right, now that we've got all 4 of our bicycle hooks hung up in the trailer. Let's go ahead and see if our truss is gonna work or if it's just a big fail. Let's take a look. All right, so as you can see, the truss is fully supported on here. I mean, I'm giving it a good little tug and it's not going anywhere. The best part about it is it's not moving. It's not being slammed up and against those walls. So that's gonna protect my trailer walls. That's also gonna protect my truss. This bicycle hook has like a little rubberized coating on there, so it's gonna stop getting scratched up. Overall, this is a pretty easy project, and as you can see, the results I think are gonna speak for themselves in the longevity of my truss and my trailer. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this project. As you can see behind me, I've got both sets of truss hanging up on either side of the walls. They're really secure, they're not going anywhere. Once again, they're not being slammed into the walls, and they're not being scratched up by those hooks that I had up on the top of the trailer. So overall, this is really easy. The same kind of rules and conditions apply if you're putting this in your home. Just remember, if you're putting it up in your garage, instead of going into the metal frame that I went to on the trailer, you want to go directly into a stud. Otherwise, you're going to rip out some drywall. So overall, this is pretty easy. I did it here in about 45 minutes or so. So if you're more handy than I am, which it doesn't really take much, I'm sure you can knock this out in about 30 minutes. It's going to save you some time, it's going to save you some headache, and it's going to turn out pretty good. So until next time, it's been DJ Woo Pig, Crown Entertainment. I'm out.